that sound. It announced terror, precision, and the power of the most famous dive bomber in history, the Junkers Ju-87. But every legend begins with a competition. Today we'll tell the story of the Blohm Voss Ha 137, the great loser in the race for the Luftwaffe's new dive bomber. When, in 1934, the competition for the new dive bomber program was announced, the Hamburg-based company, still very young, less than 2 years old, wasn't even invited to submit a proposal. However, chief designer Richard Vogt was convinced he could find a better approach than his competitors, so he began work on the Ha 137 project and submitted it anyway. It was, essentially, an enlarged version of his last design developed in Japan, the Kawasaki Ki 5. Built entirely of metal and featuring a semi-monocoque fuselage, the aircraft had lines more reminiscent of a fighter than a bomber. The wing employed the distinctive steel tubular spar system, whose sealed interior also served as an armored fuel tank with a capacity of 270 liters. The design featured a fixed landing gear, and to reduce aerodynamic drag, the wings were shaped as an inverted gull wing with a pronounced curve, allowing for a shorter and slimmer undercarriage while optimizing airflow. The landing gear fairing was wide enough to accommodate an MG-17 machine gun, or, if required, a 20mm MG-FF cannon. 2 additional 7.92mm MG-17s were mounted on the engine cowling. Since the BMW 6D engine originally planned by Vogt was unavailable, the Air Ministry required the adoption of the BMW 132 radial engine, a license-built version of the 650 HP Pratt Whitney Hornet. The first prototype flew in April 1935, but a problem soon emerged. The size of the engine compromised downward visibility during dives. For this reason, the third prototype was fitted with the Rolls-Royce Kestrel inline engine, with the addition of a peculiarly shaped radiator beneath the nose. The project not only failed to win the competition, but was excluded altogether when, halfway through, a new requirement for a 2-seat configuration was introduced. The winner was, of course, the Junkers Ju-87. Nevertheless, the Air Ministry remained interested in the design and ordered 3 further prototypes, equipped with the new Junkers Jumo 210 engines. In the end, the Ha 137 was shelved due to several significant shortcomings. During testing, problems of lateral stability were found. The aircraft tended to pitch forward or backward uncontrollably, making precise maneuvers difficult. The rudder forces were unbalanced, requiring the pilot to apply considerable effort to maintain direction, and in tight turns, the aircraft risked overturning. Despite Vogt's audacity and talent, limited design time and technical challenges prevented this project from becoming a truly effective aircraft. For Vogt, however, it was not a failure, but an opportunity to learn from his mistakes and lay the foundations for far bolder designs in the years to come.